Hello, thank you for joining in. So, a couple of months back, I answered a question on Stack Overflow, which was very interesting. It took me a lot of time to research on it, and I thought I should create a video explaining that. Before we jump into the question, let me give a background of it. If you're using R, you must have used functions like mean, sum, max, etc. Now all of these functions have na.rm parameter explaining whether the nas should be removed or not in the data. The parameter has to be logical, so it expects the value to have true or false. By default, the value is false. Let's take some example to understand first. So for example, if we take mean of numbers between 1 to 10, we see that we get mean as 5.5. Now let's take another example. So here we add one na in the vector which we have. In this case, we get output as na because we have an na in the vector, and by default nas are not removed while taking the mean, which can be seen from the documentation here. So by default na.rm is false, so no nas are removed. Now if we turn na.rm to true, it now returns us the same mean ignoring na. Same goes for sum. So let's take the same example. Sum 1 to 10 gives 55. With na it gives na, and with na.rm it again gives 55. Right? Now the main part of the question was, what if we pass a character value to na.rm parameter? Here, let's say instead of this logical value, if you check the class of true, it's logical. So it expects na.rm expects a logical value. But what if we pass a character value, let's say random abc? Okay, so it gives an error saying that argument is not interpretable as logical, which makes sense. Since we are passing character values, it is giving an error that argument is not interpretable as logical. Now let's try the same thing with sum. Now this is strange. When we pass a character value in na.rm parameter, in sum it still treats it as a true value and ignores the na values and gives us the output which is same as this case. Why is that so? The underlying difference lies in the implementation of function in sum and mean. If you type mean.default in the console and you see how the function mean is implemented, let's do that. So this is what the function goes through first before performing the mean. Mean.default is implemented in R and undergoes some checks. This part is where the error is. So if you take out this part and put, so here it expects a logical value true and false. So if instead you put abc as we have passed in mean, it gives the same error, argument is not interpreted as logical, which we get here. Right, so this part in the mean.default function gives the error, which makes completely sense. If you check the same for sum, it is implemented in C. The source code can be found here. The main part is there is a boolean value na.rm parameter in it. Now C handles boolean value different than R. If you look at this demo, we declare a boolean value a with the same variable abc. Now if we say if a, print hello world, else print not hello world. So in this case, what output do you expect? This was the similar case in R as well, right? Where we had this part, if abc then do this, but when we run this we get an error. Similarly, we do this in C. If we run this, we get hello world, which is the true part. The true part gets executed here. As you can see, the string value ABC is treated as true in C. Hence, when you pass character in na.rm, it is considered as true. In fact, that is even true for numbers. Now let's try na.rm is 100 and it still gives us 55. This was a useful learning which I did not know beforehand and came to know because of while answering this question. I'll put the link to this question in the description to know something which you didn't knew beforehand. Hope this was useful and something new for you too. Thank you for watching.